The 19th National Congress of the Communist Party starts tomorrow. There is a lot of talk that the INE is going to launch at the end of the conference in 2 weeks. One, do you think that that is the case? And two, how will it affect trading throughout Asia, and particularly with regard to your exchange?
It would make logical sense if we talked as before about China becoming increasingly a price maker in commodity space. Then you want to sort of complete the process and complete the spectrum, and that probably includes oil at some stage. So having the ability to have exchanges trade physical oil and then the derivatives thereof makes sense. So I wouldn't be surprised, or we wouldn't be surprised, but we have no firm opinion either way.
If China launches its crude oil, well, I think it will take considerable time to be a rival or equal competitor with WTI and Brent crude oil, if you consider the current status of them. It is reported to be priced in yuan under the strong yuan globalization policy by Chinese government. It means the global investors should take currency risk that will affect the market negatively. However, it could work as an intermediation between the European market and the USA market, thanks to each geographical advantage. Accordingly, it is good potential to create momentum to change market toward Asia in the long run. From my perspective, China's oil market could emerge as a new benchmark trading venue by reflecting fundamentals of cash flows of crude oil within the Asian region much better compared to the Dubai crude oil. To conclude, crude on listed INE will become most important Asian-based benchmark product in the end.
When do you expect the contract to launch? I've absolutely no idea. How will it change the landscape in Asia, and will the volume flow to China? You're basically talking about the internationalization of the Chinese exchanges, which has been spoken about. Will the volume flow to China? You've got to get yourself into China. You've got to get your money in China. It's not easy. And will those exchanges open up and internationalize any day soon? It's not easy. With the capital outflow worry that the Chinese government has, and in some respect the capital inflow problems that they have, the whole China internationalization becomes quite an interesting topic, which is what we're here as HKEX here to actually try and solve. You've got a situation at the moment where the world owns about 2% of Chinese assets in its portfolios, and yet it's making up the second largest economy in the world with an 18% GDP. So there's a problem that needs to be solved. MSCI inclusion next year, which was announced middle of this year, is huge for China. Does that affect the flow of, have I answered the question about oil and your INE project? Well, no, but it's all relative in terms of the exchanges opening up. It's happening slowly, but it's going to be very, very slow.